Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that anyone who's different from them is a traitor?
This sounds familiar.
No comment. No comment on that one or any of these.
I'm not gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Some people can be so
Shawnee, have you ever heard of a house divided cannot stand?
It happened.
Let's get some food in us and then we'll... Whoa!
How are you sitting like that?
Where did you come from?
Well,
I've always
as
been
you
here.
can see, I am merely sitting here and reviewing what we have deduced thus far.
You were gone for ages! And now you're suddenly sitting here musing to yourself?
Is that what they call it nowadays?
Hey, what's with the silence?
He's trying to, like, not cry from the pain.
You never think things through before asking questions. I'm giving you some
Hey, there's 10 minutes.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname! Never mind. Paimon's got nothing. There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy.
What about the Sin's fucking jewel in his chest?
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. So clearly, I stayed in the village to investigate. Anyway,
He
you
just
plan to leave
actually
our
her.
village and keep searching for the truth of this matter, yes?
Yep. We're not gonna find out anything more by staying here, so we thought that we might as well take the search elsewhere.
And that's where you're wrong.
Look at my jewel.
Enough with the silent treatment!
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
I don't know.
Shirtless
We
freak?
didn't really decide. We were kind of just told.
We arrived at our village.
Yeah, you're all talk.
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do.
While you were
Check it
studying
out
the sword.
first.
While you were in school, I was busy studying the sword.
Really? Paimon doesn't believe you.
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you of my whereabouts.
I was putting the crystal back in.
Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some important information that you all had missed.
It was it's Twinkie behind the couch.
Why do those things on his belt look like Akasha terminals? Does he just sell black market Akasha terminals?
Jailbroken ones. Or maybe those are the victims that he's killed.
Right here in the village?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to...
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
But before that,
What does that mean?
how do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing?
I don't know, I don't really fucking care.
In other words, do you truly believe every single word the villagers tell us?
Have they really told us anything that we should believe? I
You
don't...
mean
What are you getting at?
them lied to us?
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to lying. Again,
Yes, it is. It's called
these
lying by
people have their
omission.
Reasons.
It's literally a legal
Remember what
thing.
Candace said. Most people in Aru Village don't
Alhaitham?
necessarily care which deity is in charge of
That
something.
knowledge stone was shoved up way in there.
That's because whether King Deshret or the Dendro
And you
are
still
power is
are
of little
dumb as shit.
significance to them. By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason.
I don't know, I feel like,
That's why
you know, not
believe
being
there
put to
no
death is a
further
very good
information
reason.
to be found. Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been observing. your
Yeah,
every
probably
move
because we,
since
you know,
you
robbed her
arrived.
dad's grave. I would too.
The reason being,
I have no
to
comment.
someone who only wants to live their life in peace.
I only have $10,000.
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You...
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that
pierced
she's
my heart.
intimidated by Sino's authority and strength. By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing.
She's not lying, she's just not telling us the truth.
As for
I'll pass.
That's not lying.
You said that she is afraid of me. If so, it's best if I stay out of this.
You can finally figure out how a shirt works.
We're on it.
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier, I've brought someone with me.
Mr.
Go away!
Stop looking at my hands.
Stand, but
Huh? What do you mean? We need to clarify our stance or something?
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll get the
Yeah.
answers you
Well,
want.
where's your political stance?
Oh god.
Earn her trust.
Go on, earn her trust.
Is it really that simple?
Give her back 10,000 Mora.
may I call you Traveler?
No.
No, it's just what everybody else calls me.
You can call me Habba Shabba Ding Dong.
Hi, Traveler. I want to ask you something. Do you think the resurrection of King Deshret
Do you
can
think I have
truly
soft,
change
supple
the
hands?
era of-
Kale, is that you?
Why is that? That's very
Okay,
similar
so you're
to
not
what
even gonna let me,
Miss
like,
Harris says.
Change my answer on any of these? Like,
That's
Nope.
why I'm willing to
You,
talk to
you don't get choice,
even
just
though
like
I
the
do have some
CCP.
reservations.
you'll hate King Deshret and you'll like it!
Before, I wouldn't even have the courage to
I'm glad
ask
this
something
house is
like
talking
this.
to us.
Traveler, do you believe
Wouldn't be the first
our
time.
lives will get better?
Yeah.
No,
We
no, it
came
won't.
here from another nation, so
We're saving you from the other
Be
nation.
weary.
The nation that wants nuclear war.
We're residents of
And
every
hamburgers
country.
everywhere.
But even so, we've met lots of people from different places, and we've always fought for what we believed in.
Please, Mr. President, send Raytheon missiles into sunny water.
Oh god!
Naru, and we want to help them. That's why we decided to stay here for a while.
Holy shit, that was fast.
I want to trust you. My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come back for more information.
Oh, hey, them told
Yeah, I
us
didn't
you have
expect
your
Book
reasons.
Twink over. Well, no, I
That's
guess
okay.
not Book
We
Twink.
understand.
Book Chad over here to listen into our conversation either.
The
Yeah,
fact is that I'm
Mr. Sims character.
only one side of my family is desert folk.
Mr.
I
Shavakadu.
don't really
Oh,
fit in
God.
anywhere in Sumeru. Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in King Deshret. I don't belong
That's what
to either
they call
side,
you, is a fence sitter,
and neither side would want me.
and you should be burned at the stake. I mean, what?
Stop fence riding, or we're gonna have to rip you in half.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that anyone who's different from them is a traitor?
This sounds familiar.
No comment. No comment on that one, or any of these.
I'm not gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Some people can be so narrow-minded when it comes to bloodline and
Oh.
beliefs. It makes no difference what I say or how I behave.
Political commentary
Always
intensifies.
having a
Making it really hard for me to make a statement in a
So,
joking
I
way.
just stopped talking to people. I pretended not to hear or see anything.
Shawnee, have you ever heard of a house divided cannot stand?
And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation, and I didn't dare breathe a word about it to anyone. Until
You can tell them. I'm sure he'll keep your secret.
Well, I mean, I don't talk, so, I mean, I guess implicitly, yeah, I guess I will.
I'm sure you can tell them. Like, are you gonna bet your life on? I'm sure.
They're mute,
Alright.
so they can't
I'll
talk.
tell you what I told Alhaitham.
And writing is against the rules. You know how mutes work.
I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Sometimes
Oh, she went to Tainari
I
school.
hear strange crying sounds in the night.
It's called a baby.
I actually have a coworker who claims that they have, like, all their senses heightened. They're like, oh, I have better hearing, I have better sight, better smell. I'm like, geez, what are you, like, Superman?
I'm not sure. It's
Next time,
faint.
you should
It's definitely the sound
throw a
of crying.
football at their face.
It comes from far away in the distance.
And then say, why didn't you catch it?
Always carries a very raw emotion. It used to be louder and more frequent. But ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often. And when it does, it's much quieter. I have to focus really hard to make it out.
Why are you focusing on it?
Yeah. Does she have schizophrenia like me?
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's heard similar sounds at night.
I don't...
But, because we're in the middle of a desert, he would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
I'm with them. I've seen some of the shits in the desert.
There's really nothing around these parts, except for an old hospital not far from the village.
Like
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar.
Sacred Heart Hospital, or like a clinic?
Yeah, let's go. What had expected? Super strong bandits? Or monsters taller than buildings dropping out of the sky? Or, something like that.
Where the hell are you getting these fantasies from?
Paimon, take your meds.
He looks so
It has a signal.
We gotta stay on our A game too.
But why?
This is the one.
Hey,
Where are the bodies?
Patience.
They're like
Shani
bombs.
says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then,
Until then, stay away from
Yeah,
those
but-
bombs.
Don't you know you can only go
I'm
ghost
taking
hunting
a
at night?
break.
Oh, okay.
and just like that, he sits down.
Why are you holding a book like
Wait, you
that?
even brought a book to read? What are you reading? Let Paimon see.
It's literally a physics textbook.
Okay, sure.
Huh?
So she's just gonna read the Newton's third law, by the way.
Which is the
They have Newton in this
position of
fucking
potential.
universe?
So,
Apparently.
Why did my guy open up his mouth for half a second?
Oh,
He was about to
keep
bite his
up.
hand.
Keep reading your book. See ya.
What a bitch.
Goddamn book nerd.
How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this.
I don't know.
It wouldn't kill you to read a book once in a while either.
Hey, Paimon's your Tibet travel guide. Paimon knows plenty of useful stuff already.
Name one thing.
One thing.
One.
Paimon thought that the books people read in Sumeru are so complicated.
Oh, cool. I don't have to wait, so they can do it.
Yeah,
They just choose not to.
exactly. Gameplay.
Paimon's getting so sleepy.
Why don't you go sleep in that grave over there?
What was that sound?
I don't know.
I didn't hear anything.
there it is.
What are you guys hearing?
Oh,
From
okay.
that direction.
I actually heard that. It's a banshee. Banshee. It's a banshee.
They scream! Banshee! Get in the truck!
Not seeing anything.
You got the parabolic, right?
Activity level, go!
It's from below.
I got EMF 5.
The door locks behind us.
Maybe we can get down
Oh,
there.
fuck.
Something
Someone find a
is off
closet,
about the
run.
Interior here.
I got this hiding spot here.
Something's off about the interior here. I don't know, maybe the giant fucking hole in the floor. Sand. Very off in the desert.
As I thought. There's a hidden structure.
It's sand.
It's just sand. Walk through it. Come on.
It's gonna ruin his headphones if he walks through it.
Oh, it looks like there are other mechanisms.
I mean, he's been walking through the desert this whole goddamn time. I'm sure all his electronics are fucked.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
okay.
Bomb!
Look, there's
How the
someone
fuck have
over
you been
here.
down here?
He's the guy making the noise.
Yeah, let's approach him slowly without alarming him.
He looks pretty alarmed. He looks quite alarmed.
Stay back! I'm warning you! I can piss myself!
You're...
You're not human anymore.
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused.
They know how eyes are
Yeah,
focusing.
he's too young to be anyone's grandfather. Also, why is he the only one here?
Also, why is it a hospital? Also, what is down here? Also, what?
You know him?
It's an abandoned asylum, but the academia basically repurposed it as a storage place for the mad scholars.
So it's still an asylum.
Yeah.
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the academia.
He's a
Is it
scholar
right?
too?
Where's
Is he
that?
the kind that holes up in a forest and mumbles stuff?
No. And that's the problem.
He lost his knowledge stone.
Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavada life.
Satyawawa?
Leaving that question
Basically
aside for
when
moment,
the
him being
druggies,
here alone means
the
that we might
druggy
be too
scholars
late.
connect Ermin's soul. That's what it's called.
Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For
And they left
whatever
him to
reason,
fend for
they
himself,
left
because
Razak
why the
here.
fuck not?
Perhaps they simply didn't have time to come back for him.
They're taking everyone. Isn't he everyone? Isn't he a part of that everyone?
He's not a one.
He's him? Hey look, he pissed
Exactly.
himself.
There are drag
I
marks
told
on the
you.
ground.
I
They're clearer
told you
than
I'd fucking do it! Look at that distance!
Someone was forcefully drawing a cart that was loaded with something heavy.
Loaded with people?
Oh, so it's just
I'm gonna... No comment.
That is one possibility. It
Going
looks
down a
like they were in
path that
hurry.
I'm gonna get my
As if they
channel
were afraid of
absolutely
being caught.
destroyed.
In their haste, they failed to notice Razak hiding in a corner.
He's not hiding in a corner, he's hiding in the middle of the fucking floor. Tweaking.
The symptoms
on
are
that
identical.
gas station weed.
Yeah.
Looks like we found living proof.
He's on 50 gas station boner pills and really bad heroin.
Why do you say that?
Allow me to
Maybe
jog
a
your
little bit
memory.
of fent.
Yeah, he
Recall
got
your
that
time
fent
in
lean.
Port Ormos. Don't
Port
you think his
Oreos?
symptoms look familiar?
Not really.
No, he didn't scream like that. He just whines like a little bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, now that you mention
Correct.
He's not saying anything about World Star.
All of this. They were an exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But when someone becomes a missing person, that is brought into question. If you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them. That makes missing people an ideal resource.
What the fuck? That's dark.
An ideal resource for...
Exploitation.
resource.
Slave labor,
What
basically.
exactly?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could be extracted into knowledge capsules.
But knowledge capsules are illegal.
Extracted? You mean canned knowledge comes from people's brains?
Oh my god. They're really doing a Soylent or they're really doing a Soylent joke? A green Soylent?
Yeah.
With the
Soylent
technology
Green
of the
is
Sumeru
people?
academia,
Yeah.
it's perhaps the process.
No,
comes
it
from
doesn't
great
come from the
suffering,
brains, it comes
which
from
is
their
why
asshole.
They cry out in the dead of night.
It's where
when
all
no one
knowledge is
watching
stored.
them.
So, the human brain. Nope, nah.
I'm the academia scribe, after all. I'm familiar with their projects.
And you didn't think about bringing this up earlier? You know, when we were trying to figure out what was going on and why people were missing?
Yeah, I didn't think you needed to know.
We were drugged to an abandoned hospital and found this fucker, and now you're deciding to tell us about this?
Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were extracted from his mind. But something went wrong in the process.
Someone shoved it up there way deep while it was still molten.
Or perhaps his curiosity
Got a prolapse
got the
anus
better of
now.
him, and he used such a capsule for himself.
Yeah, curiosity is very bad in that type of situation.
Paimon's a little confused. Can they just use anyone's brain?
I don't know.
Yeah, it has to be someone who took the bloody
The look on your
divine
face
knowledge
tells me
capsule.
you've realized the answer. That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. Extracting canned knowledge
But they
is
have
just
a
one of the
god locked
extreme
up in their
measures they
academia
turn
right
to.
now. They could just ask her the question, but no.
Yeah, they could just go to Catherine.
However, I can't help but wonder, what do they seek to gain from divine knowledge?
I don't know, the fact that it's divine?
The academia is going out of
Exactly.
their way to look for forbidden knowledge. But what is their ultimate goal?
Knowledge.
Yeah, knowledge. The Lamborghini.
I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine
I'm
knowledge
sure you
capsule,
have.
but to no avail. It seems like my way of thinking is too different from theirs.
I tried shoving it in my pee hole.
See,
You
the
mean
problem
you're
is
not
my
even
IQ is way
slightly
too high.
interested in getting your
Yes.
hands on this forbidden stuff?
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge,
I
but I'm not
suffer
particularly
from
interested in gods,
being
so
too
I don't
smart.
share their degree
Suffer
of
from
zealotry.
big brain syndrome.
Extracting information from people as if,
Sounds like you're really.
of course.
Of course, I want the knowledge for myself!
Matter needs to be correct.
Wait,
Not to be callous, but no. There is no shortage of suffering.
probably not.
In fact,
You can say
I want there to be
that.
more
The divine
suffering.
knowledge capsule.
Hyman's been wanting to.
Though I must say,
Okay.
uniqueness is also an
this is the
asset.
part in the video where I just don't give a shit and
I'm
I'm
just
clicking
more likable.
rapidly. What do we do with him?
He won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us.
I don't know. I don't trust a tweaker to be near me.
You try and
We'll
touch him,
work out our
fucking
next
punches
step
you in the
after we
face.
return to Aru Village.
Would you do it for a Scooby snack? And I'm holding a bag of Fent.
Wait a second, you're not Candace?
Pops out. Can his dick fit in your mouth? Who brought the kid?
You must be tired.
Candace has been watching out. But
You should
also,
rest.
how did
Take some
the
water.
village keeper calm down?
We
Pranked him,
yeah,
apparently.
we doped him up.
What's the situation?
You're gonna ask about the person in the background?
Who's this?
Oh, there you go.
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather.
Oh, bye.
Nevertheless,
Walks out the door.
So, at one point in time, the abandoned Elazar hospital served as the academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yes, that is exactly what we're saying. Thank you for summarizing.
Yep.
Yep, pretty much.
Thank you, Paimon.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru Village, since divine cant knowledge has been in circulation for a while now.
But wait, I thought there was only one can. What do you
They
mean
fled
it's
once we were
in
headed to the
circulation?
village.
Is there a drug trade for it
Almost as
now?
if they knew we were on their trail. Why
Can
is
can knowledge
that?
be used more than once?
I
Yeah.
think
What
maybe.
is that?
I don't know. I don't know if they actually explained that. They might have. I don't remember.
We may have a mole in our midst.
Oh no, we have a spy. Maybe the person who's hooked up to the fucking Akasha still.
As she looks at him.
One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to the academia.
It's the kid. Kill him.
Huh? Are our
This Paimon. She's teleported to the academia.
That's where she goes.
looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue. Sino.
I'm wearing an
you're the reason
Akasha.
why
Can't
they
you
can
see?
predict our
I'm
movements.
literally telling the academia right in front of you.
Sino. Obviously it's you, because you're with the furry fandom.
What's that supposed to
Choose your next words very carefully.
It is simply a logical inference.
Alright, so basically,
reasons.
because he's so
So if
principled, the
there's
Akasha can
interest
just
in-
predict what he's doing.
You have a point.
I don't know, I think I'm going with the giant actual Akasha thing on his face.
Sino isn't like.
What are you trying to say?
Yeah, but
Do you still
that's not
remember
what the
who
story
you
says.
are?
Oh,
Even though-
Mahamudra?
I have an idea.
What?
The reason why it's not the Akasha is because they're outside the city and 5G tower doesn't work.
As a
Oh,
monk, you are
true,
no doubt
true.
privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can, simply put,
You just see the Akasha
Academia has
like blinking,
traditionally
no
allowed you
connection.
access
Yeah.
to a wealth of sensitive
Blinking
information.
yellow.
Knowing your modus operandi.
Also, is no one gonna check on the guy that's, you know,
You need to make sure
lost in
there's
thought over
always
here,
bias.
really enjoying this fucking
He just
face?
shoves a fork in his mouth backwards.
Pokes his hand in the ground.
The academia is monitoring me?
I don't know,
Yes.
are they?
It's not that simple. The Academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have a special protocol.
I'm
for
one of
dealing
them.
with you.
Don't ask.
Every so often comes a Nyargarbaha day.
I'm sorry, what?
On this day, the Academia enters new information
Nyargarbaha.
into the Akasha through
Jabba the Hutt Day?
captures. I remember seeing a thick
Nyargarbaha.
notebook next to the control
Jesus
panel
Christ, I can't
units.
even pronounce that shit.
Its contents were all about the General Mahamatra, his activities throughout the day, preferred methods of enacting judgment, everything.
They chipped him.
You're saying that
They
the
chipped him like a
academia
dog.
entered my information
Yeah, they
into the
basically chipped
Akasha
him, but
too?
without actually chipping him.
But what's the point in doing that? My actions aren't important enough to be
So
added
they
into
can
the
predict
Akasha.
about what you're gonna do next.
You are the general person who hunts down people who have plagiarized something. I feel like that's pretty important to keep track of.
The Akasha is capable of computation.
I love how this is supposed to be a big revelation, but in like, like holy shit, the computer can
Akasha's
compute
algorithms
things.
are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would
Like,
depart,
it compiles
the route you
knowledge.
would
It
follow,
gives people
your
knowledge. What do you
destination.
mean?
Yeah,
it
wasn't
can
the that was
compute
the
things?
that was the whole previous chapter. That's what it was about.
Well,
It
apparently
predicts
it's
my
like,
every
oh, they can
move.
compile knowledge, but it can't actually do computations. Apparently, until now.
I feel like I would be feel like I'd be more concerned if the thing did not computate.
Exactly. It's like, what the fuck is it
Academia
doing
has
with
been
all that
watching
knowledge
you
that's
longer
sitting
than
there?
you think. However, the fact that you resigned is proof that their suspicions were well founded.
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles so strongly that he's actually a thorn in their side. Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the academia.
Now say my name.
Don't take it.
They escaped.
Don't blame yourself.
Blame
Not
yourself.
like
Do it.
any of us would
Do
have
it. Blame
done.
yourself.
Yep.
I have an idea.
So he's the mole, but he's not the
They
mole.
predicted my movements.
He's a mole, but he's so fucking
And I
stupid he doesn't know
really
he's the
guessed
mole.
where they-
Whoa, you bounced back fast.
There is always an opportunity for safety after danger
You good?
passes.
You good over there, buddy?
He's unblinking. A fly lands on his eyeball.
Blink sign.
Opens his mouth. Ah.
That's
It's just an avalanche of sand falls out of it.
I'm going.
A singular pebble.
I must go.
Let's go. My people need me.
There's also something I want to
This is a furry
investigate.
convention happening in a day. I didn't mean to be there.
after him.
My suit's there. I shipped it.
Please, wait. I want to go too.
Sure, you can be cannon fodder.
You want to go too? If
Candace,
so,
shouldn't you, babysit him instead of sending him out to danger?
Hey, Candace, aren't you supposed to be like the protector of this village? Can you protect this kid for a bit?
I want to find Grandpa. I promise. I'll be careful. And
There's your grandpa. He's behind me. He's eating sand right now.
Try to swat that fly that's landed on his eye.
everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Please don't.
Oh, fuck.
Yay, let's go.
I don't think I'm certified for this.
I'm taking a kid to a war zone.
Paimon feels like
Well, he's in my backpack now. So, to recap... Soylent Green is people.
Yes.
We have a kid in our backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Sino's a mole. But he doesn't know he's a mole.
But doesn't know he is.
Alhaitham still has a crystal in his chest.
So, where do we go from here?
That way, I guess.
Anyone have a compass?
What the fuck is a compass?
The fuck is a refrigerator?
After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
Okay, what's straight?
Towards the desert. I don't know if you noticed this, Sino, but we're already in the fucking desert. Which way is the desert?
Hey, Sino, I'm starting to realize why you don't realize that you're the mole. Okay. And with that,
I know the desert.
the next episode is us starting the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure of the Desert.
Play a roundabout or whatever.
Yeah.
Grandpa almost got lost in the desert, but I was the one who
Walk
got
like an
back.
Egyptian. It's gonna be the ending song of this. What? I'm regretting playing this game.